DMTombstone Live 2, episode 67. And action. Oh, how's it going, YouTube? DM Tombstone Belts back here again with a brand new episode of DM Tombstone Live for you guys. And you guys know when I do DM Tombstone Live, it's unsanctioned, uncensored. Anything happens, Just try to keep it family friendly as possible. Sorry about that. Yeah, so you guys are enjoying these live streams. Hold on. So you guys know if you are enjoying my live streams and my that, make sure to hit the like button because I'll be seeing it right there. I see it. You guys don't. And if you are new to my channel, especially with the, the belt right behind me there, check out my main around 700 some videos. Like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Because there you guys, I'm now like what? Oops. Hold on one second. I gotta check something real quick. About 6 subscribers away. Hey, Pez, how are you? Welcome to the live stream, man. All right, so that's good to know. No, I got sound. Okay, that's good. Welcome to the live stream, Pez. Yeah, I hope you're having a great day. I'm having an okay day. I just thought I'd do this live stream for a bit, and then you know, let me try hit the pool. I mean, a little bit colder than normal today, but I still can. But yeah, that. Hey, Mini Dash Pro. Hey, Mini Dash Pro. How are you? Did you watch AEW and Triple H last night? I almost said Triple H, but Triple A last night. Yeah, and it was an okay show. Quite a shock that El Grande Americano got beaten up by this new that they have in Triple A last night. And it's funny, Triple A is. Oh, hold on one second. Just some stuff on my phone. Okay. Hi, Mini. Yeah. I was definitely was saying show last night was pretty good. Champa, I mean, literally beat down Jericho, preparing for their matchup at the Forbidden Door. And I'm pretty sure that Jericho is going to beat Champ Tommy's ass. Then, of course, the what? Hmm. And Triple A, it was an okay show. I mean, other than the cruiserweight title being defended, and of course, the El Grande Americano getting beaten down by hmm. But yeah, I was saying Triple A, okay show. I give AEW a great show. Yeah, it was indeed a fun time. But yeah, for all those that are watching again, like I say, guys, I'm now 6 subscribers away from reaching 900. Once I reach 900, it means time for another belt giveaway and love that grand entrance. Yeah. Yeah. El Grande Americano seems to, or Ludwig Kaiser, as they call him now, seems to now embrace the luchador wrestling and now become more of a, I mean, becomes more of a luchador wrestler than anything. Uh, uh. Hey, we got Iram here too. Fans love him there. Yeah, definitely. Hey, Iram. Hey, Pez. Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, so we're just starting off good now with you, with both Pez and Iram here. And we hope we get Dex, Brother Kane, or even Stephen Hammer. Probably not Stephen Hammer. Seems to be pretty awfully busy nowadays. But yeah, a lot of exciting things coming up by next week. Obviously, with Night. I mean, I think we still got another thing of Night of Champions before the big event. Of course, we setting up more for what we're for Jey Uso and Obafemi for the King of the Ring, and Liv Morgan against Io Sky. I hope Liv Morgan don't win. I mean, Dominic Mysterio ain't didn't win. So now I just hope they don't have Liv Morgan win the whole damn thing. I mean, and what would be the purpose? So he can unify the world title with the undisputed WWE Women's title? That's just stupid. Oh, and as well as you see, I had done some little bit of updating behind me and that. Hey, damn, do you remember Brian Griffin, dumb girlfriend? Was her name Julian or Jillian? Yeah, Julian is the boy's name. I think it's Jillian or something like that. Yeah, I think I remember that. Yeah, and I do believe the fact. I mean, as much as I hate to say it, I do believe Obafemi ain't gonna win the King of the Ring. I think that if Jay win King of the Ring, I'm done. Well, obviously, I think he's gonna win King of the Ring because they're gonna set up. Uh, because he's. I think Brock Lesnar's gonna cost Obafemi the match and lead to the final Brock versus Oba 3 at SummerSlam. That's mostly what I think is gonna happen. So Jey Uso is definitely gonna win King of the Ring. And I just don't. I just hope Liv Morgan don't win. Because if Liv Morgan wins, I think I'd be done with WWE because that's just ridiculous. I mean, she's the women's world champion. Why is she even in the King of the Ring in the first place? That's stupid. Of course, there's other setups like Night of Champions, the Triple Threat match, the for the undisputed WWE title, Sammy versus Gunther versus Cody. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, there's those three going at it for the undisputed title. And my thoughts, I did a video about that yeah, just the other day, where I did a simulation of it game on my on WWE 2K26, to which I had the prediction that Sami Zayn would win the triple threat. Yeah, I would agree with that, definitely. I'll be right back, guys. Hold on. Probably gonna have Jay versus Cody. Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen. And I don't think if not, it could be Jay versus Sammy. Because I have a feeling that Sami Zayn may win the title. Because I think Sami Zayn deserves to be a world champion by the time. Then again, it could be ridiculous. The fact that we still don't have a Money in the Bank until October now, which I'm thinking, why have they moved Money in the Bank so far in the fall season of the WWE? Normally, it happens during the springtime, right after WrestleMania, so you can build up all that stuff. Hey, as a heel. Jay as a heel. Okay. Be right back, guys. Give me 1 second. Be right back, guys. Just gonna get myself something to drink. Well, in the meantime, not this year. Be in July after SummerSlam in August. I would agree that Money in the Bank should be not in a fall season. It should be more within summer and springtime. But speaking of, any thoughts of who you think should be in the Money in the Bank ladder match? Let me know. All right, guys, I'm back. But yeah, LA Knight has to win Money in the Bank. Yeah, don't count on that. I agree because WWE don't see LA Knight in that way at all. Um, I mean, they may give him an opportunity to get into that match, but yeah, Finn Balor leave Judgment Day to join another Judgment Day. Well, I wouldn't call them a Judgment Day. If anything, they could call them Armageddon or something. Name them after another pay per view that WWE used to have, but now don't use anymore. Why WWE has a problem with LA Knight? I think it's just the fact that because how he speaks a lot about the company on social media and that, and though he hasn't won big titles, think like Cody Rhodes, like how he's a big character, he can talk shit all he wants on social media and not get scolded for it. LA Knight doesn't have that type of vibe. But yeah, but I do believe the fact is just that Triple H does not like LA Knight. When we don't know what the problem reason why, but there's I think it's just that if LA Knight leaves WWE and goes to another company and wins a world title there, it could build up his character more to the point where Triple H start to see it and be like, "Oh, okay, now I can see him being a character." Then obvious someone just doesn't like him. Yeah, Triple H. To be honest, bisexual Undertaker has no character and he's just boring. Maybe that's the reason why they have him as a tag team champion with our truth, Iram. But, but yeah, but yeah. Oh, But anyway, yeah, we've seen now that that Ray Phoenix is now defending the cruiserweight title a lot, and the fact and funny thing to think that if WWE would have kept their WWE Cruiserweight Championship when they before they purchased AAA and now have the AAA Cruiserweight Champion, would you think to see a unification match between a WWE Cruiserweight Champion and the AAA Cruiserweight Champion? Yeah. Uh, at least LA Knight is better than. Hey, I agree with that. After all, I think LA Knight does more is a better sponsor of Slim Jims than Jay is. I mean, the fact that LA Knight's the first one that you see in a Slim Jim commercial over Jay shows that reason why they probably favor Jay more because LA Knight's more for commercials than he is for wrestling, or I don't know. Or is it because the fact he's trying to rock off a lot of Macho Man Randy Savage? Who knows? Should start another J Crown. Remember that? Yeah. Where is Brother Kane? I'm not sure. Maybe he's busy today. Who knows? I did send him a link and he hasn't messaged me back yet, but we'll yeah, he may be watching a live stream while he's doing his own stuff, but we'll find out. But yeah, good stuff. Be right back, guys. Hold on. Do you guys watching Soccer World Cup? I'm not. Well, I'm not a big fan of the soccer stuff, so not really. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. My lunch is here, so I may be eating a bit of it while I chat with you guys. Soccer isn't big in America like other countries. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, other than the fact that Team America may make it to the 16, which is a rarity. But I'm glad to see that the American team at least is getting into the soccer more often now. And if they win the FIFA World Cup, that'd be amazing. Because after all, our country's been doing a lot of great things now with Trump. After all, when he and there was more talks since the fact of how Trump was with the UFC at the White House. Uh, There was talk about how there could be a WWE event on this at the White House, which obviously they denied. There's a chance that that can happen, which I can see that because after all, one day cricket is going to America. Did you watch the movie? I've been working on that. Indeed. Cricket, I believe, is popular in the UK. Yeah, that's what I think. It's more of a British sport than anything. Cricket is popular in the UK, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa. Well, most places. Well, yeah, those places because I think those are British territories anyway. Because I think there's a lot of British stuff going on in those areas as well. Yeah, I'm trying to watch a movie on this thing and it's lagging. Piece of shit. Yeah, probably won't see much of cricket in America right now. It's more popular with like MMA and like this new thing called Power Slap. Which most people I know look at it as something stupid. I mean, literally, you're just standing there and have to take the hit. Football, baseball, very popular here. Well, yeah, baseball for sure. They call it America's favorite pastime for a reason. Of course, there's basketball as well. Then there, and of course, there's hockey. But hockey's more of a Canadian sport than anything. Even though we made it more popularized. I think hockey's become more of a bigger thing in the U.S. now that Las Vegas now has a hockey team. Look at that. A place in the desert where mostly nothing but casinos now has a hockey team. Do you remember when Peter Griffin grew a mustache and had a stroke while eating a hamburger? Yeah, I remember that one. I think the episode was called McStroke. He grew out a mustache. Then, while McBurger Town was on fire, he went to save the owner of the restaurant, and it cost him his mustache when it was on fire. When he tried to put the fire out, it singed the mustache away to nothing. Come on, damn it! The champions next Saturday. Yeah, dude. That's the why Brian Griffin is attracted to Lois Griffin only. I don't know. I think that's just how the creator made it like that. Let's see. If Jade gets U.S. title from Tiffany, I wouldn't be surprised either. After all, like she claimed, she took one title already from Tiffany. Now she's gonna try to go for another. Prediction for Night of Champions. Well, we gotta see first off what matches are happening. Except for a steel cage match, unless outside interference. You can see that being a possibility. Maybe we'll see Bronson Reed return and hit Seth with a giant tsunami from the top of the cage. You know, maybe it'll be enough to break the damn ring and Seth underneath it. But that's what I'm thinking. I don't get why Brock is going to cost Oba because he beat him. Well, because it's 1-1. In the end, someone's gonna have to get a second win. And I believe if anything, they're setting up for Brock Lesnar to have one more match at SummerSlam before he retires for good. And who better than Oba Femi and to start that by costing Oba the King of the Ring. I mean, can't most like with wrestling, you can't leave it with with a score tied between each other. I mean, after all, it's just not how wrestling is done between Brock and Oba. Exactly. Champion. Well, yes, it's called Night of Champions, indeed. But then Night of Champions been around for a while, and not every title has been defended for a long. I mean, for years. Being back then when they had Night of Champions, yeah, they had it to where every championship had to be defended. But it seems like now there's more commercials than there are matches. People want to watch it. But yeah, Night of Champions was the NWA event in the 80s. No, that was Clash of Champions. It was called Clash of Champions. In fact, WWE changed that name before from Night of Champions to Clash of Champions. I'm surprised, Pez. I'm surprised, Pez, that you didn't think of that one. Man, bro, like saying, growing up in the around the 80s, Pez, you would have thought to know that they did call that event Night of Champions. The only time when it was called Night of Champions when WWE got a hold of it. And then they made it one night. They changed that one time, and they changed the name of the PLE to Clash of Champions. But yeah, the the show was called Clash of Champions, not Night of Champions. I'll be right back. Yeah, my bad, guys. But yeah, same difference. I'm allowed to be wrong once in a while. Okay. How about this one? There was one PLE of the Clash. There was one Night of Champions WWE held, to which they had the ECW title to be defended, and on the set they showed the photos of every single championship for Night of Champions. But there was one little flaw. It involved with the ECW championship. Do any of you know why or know what that flaw was with the ECW championship banner? The night when they did Night of Champions, they had a bit of a problem. True or false? WWE or F ever show gun in the show? That is true. There was one Monday Night Raw that involved with Stone Cold Steve Austin and Brian Pillman, and Pillman pulled out a well, I don't know if it was a 9 millimeter, but he pulled out a magazine fed handgun and was ready to shoot Steve Austin with it. Obviously, I don't know if the gun was loaded or not. But indeed. But it was the one and only time they ever used a gun on wrestling, and they thought it was too far to the point even Mr. McMahon had to apologize the next night about that. And that's why they never used guns again until when it was Kurt Angle and the Big Show when involved with a tranquilizer gun. But ever using a firearm was definitely a no-no. But yeah, definitely that. But anyway, here's my question. On one of the Night of Champions, you don't need to tell me the year, but there was a time when they had the ECW championship to be defended on that night. And on the set, they had the banners that show every title from the tag teams to the Divas title to the WWE and World Heavyweight title. All except for one banner that was kind of a flaw when it came to ECW championship. What was the flaw on the ECW championship banner? Does anyone know about that? You don't know that one? What about you, Pez? Well, the thing was that banner. The flaw was they didn't actually have the ECW championship belt displayed on the banner, and that means they didn't use that one or that one. They use a different belt, and since you guys didn't know about it, they actually used this belt in its place, except they put the words ECW right where the WWE logo was and just called it the ECW World Heavyweight Championship. And since they didn't have time to prepare for that type of stuff, they couldn't just tear down the banner and put something else up on it. So yeah, that was the only time they did that type of thing. To be honest, guys, did you believe in Pride Month? That's an opinion that I'm just gonna keep to myself. You know, just not gonna want to talk about stuff like that. Like I support the LGBTQ community. I almost said company, community. But then again, guys, like I said, I respect all people. You should treat people the way they want to be treated, like you want to be treated. Right. What about this one? True or false? I want a straight month. Now that would piss off a lot of people if they did that, Iran. But that's the thing. It's funny. There's Black History Month. Okay, like, and as well, that's the thing. It's a joke I heard about that when it came to Hassan Belts. Hey, Hassan, how are you, man? Doing pretty good. It's funny, this joke I heard about where it came from Rob Schneider about like they talk about stuff like that. Like Pride Months, like about those people's. I don't give a shit what someone is as long as they're a good person. As long as they don't bother me, then I don't care. Exactly, Pez. It's not my type thing. Like I respect everyone the way they should be treated. And I don't really care about if they're gay, if they're straight. I don't care what religion. I don't care what race. I don't even care if they were a fucking alien. I don't really give a damn. As long as it doesn't rub on me, I'm fine with it. Wait, that didn't come out right. But yeah. Hold on one second, guys. My stomach. Acting up on me. Okay. All right. Hold on. Okay. Speaking of the ECW title, how about this one? True or false? Back in 2007, Chris Benoit was going to win the ECW championship, but that all changed during the incident that involved with him and his wife and son on the infamous night to where all three of them passed away. True or false? Oh, damn. Uh, let's see. I'd say true. I am enough of those jokes, please. True, I guess. Yes, guys, indeed it was true. In fact, when back in 2007, Chris Benoit wasn't part of ECW. In the tournament to try to win the ECW championship, but during an incident where he was supposed to go to a pay per view in, I think, somewhere in Texas, the night that happened, he ended up murdering his wife, Nancy, and their son, Daniel, before he ends up going down to to his gym and hanging himself up on a bench. Hold on a sec, guys. Oh. Oh. Well, sorry about this, folks. Just having a bit of a stomach ache. I'm just trying to fight through it. All right. Cool. All right, I'm good. Sorry about that, folks. What happened to you, man? I'm all right. I'm all right. True or false? John Cena once trapped himself under a ring. I believe that one is indeed true. But he was actually also sick, and he was actually going to go to under the ring to throw up as well. But while he threw up, he also crapped himself. Hold on one second, guys. Be right back. Just give me 1 minute. True. Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. I'm back. What happened to CM Punk as well? I'm not sure. I know he said he's supposed to be coming back. Okay, how about this one? Yeah, I don't know what happened with Punk. I don't know what they're doing with him, but unless he's having some vacation days or something, I'm not sure. There's this another one. True or false? The Brahma Bull belt, as a design on WWE shop, was actually supposed to be a belt that The Rock was supposed to wear around the time of like 1999 Backlash. I heard that Drew McIntyre is busy with Hollywood now. Well, he's busy with the I think a show that's supposed to be on Amazon or something. Called forgot the name of the show. Yeah, but there's a reason why Drew McIntyre's out for a little while. Hold on. True or false? The Brahma Bull belt that you see on WWE Shop was originally supposed to be a belt that you see at around the time of the 1999 Backlash. Yeah. And brother, how are you? I'm doing fine, thank you. But yeah, it was supposed to be a Backlash in 1999, around the time when The Rock had Stone Cold Steve Austin's Smoking Skull belt. WWE thought it'd be nice to have him come out with a Brahma Bull belt to rub it in Austin's face, but obviously it never came true because it was lost in the mail. So true or false? In 1999, The Rock was supposed to debut his Brahma Bull belt, but it never happened because it was deemed to be lost in the mail. Man, why is everyone hating on Supergirl? Uh, not sure. Probably because it doesn't have the exact same feeling about Supergirl like in the comic books and stuff like that. And it feels like it's completely different from the Superman origin story. Because at the end, like how Supergirl was acting like the party crazed teenager. That's what I think. Like, uh, listen, Shah Hussein belts. Let's not discuss about my next project or that on my live stream, please. Again, I don't do spoilers, and I'll get back to you about something like that in a bit. Okay? Because they're excluding males. There's an interview with Supergirl saying that. Well, yeah, and it's fun and it's cool the fact that actually they brought Lobo into the DC universe now, played by Jason Momoa himself. But yeah, he went from being Aquaman to Lobo. Ain't that something? Oh, what, brother? Again, let's not discuss our projects or my stuff on this live stream, please. Deadpool is inspired by Lobo. Well, kind of a bit, and I would say as well by Wolverine. Yeah. But I want to hear your guys' question about that. I used to have Omega Man #3 comic, first appearance of Lobo, which is now gonna definitely would be. But yeah, did you watch Spider-Man trailer? Yeah, I did see the Spider-Man trailer. Pretty cool. Now let's talk about this, guys. Answer my question: true or false about the Brahma Bull belt? It was supposed to debut at around the time of Backlash of '99, but never came to because of it being lost in the mail. True or false? Lobo's list to Wolverine and crossover. Yeah, true. Okay, yes, indeed, Pez. It is true that it was deemed to be called Lost in the Mail, but yet I think the fact was it was just that it was an ugly ass belt. That's why now the belt resides in the WWE warehouse alongside with the Brahma Bull side plates. And that lost to Wolverine. Well, I can see that, sure. All right, guys. There's a certain word that Lobo usually could say has a. I mean, that's acquainted with him. What is Lobo's like famous phrase or word that he likes to say? Let's see if you guys know this about your comic book characters. Yeah, it's hard to the kids about that. Got the board. Let's get the board. Sorry about that, folks. I'm back. Yeah, let's see if you know that. Don't know Lobo's saying. Yeah. I'd rather have bowl belt than 24/7 belt. I would definitely agree with that. The main man for nothing, I guess, into the comic. Well, I think his famous phrase was known as "bastich" because he would say it to about everybody. Because if he didn't know they were a male or female, that's why you call him a bastich, which is a mixture of the common cuss words of bastard and bitch. Put them together, you get a bastich. That's what I thought his famous phrase was. But yeah. But yet, Lobo has made an appearance in DC stuff before on screen. It wasn't just on the, but it wasn't in the bit on the big screen in the movies. In fact, his first appearance was actually on a show. I think it was called Krypton. That was played on either Sci-Fi or that involved with Superman's grandfather. You know, Jor-El's father, trying to prevent, you know, because he had a guy came from the future, ended up in the past with Jor-El's father, showing him the cape of Superman, and it was starting to fade away. I mean, yeah, I didn't watch a lot of that Krypton show, but you know, I barely had time to watch most shows as it is. Lobo was DC version of Wolverine. I agree with that. But yet he was a crazed maniac. What I've seen in the comics, and there's a video about him facing Ghost Rider. It's a show called Death Battle. If you don't know, look it up on YouTube. Death Battle. There's an episode called Lobo versus Ghost Rider. Lobo, when he was born, he literally bit off his own umbilical cord and was and killed the doctor, swinging blood around and all that shit. I'm not sure. It was just a crazy ass comic when he came about. The fact that he can't die is because the fact that even heaven and hell don't want him. But yeah. Anyway, all right. Trying to see what other things going on. Oh yeah. It's fine. I've been looking up stuff about King of the Ring. Well, as I know, the only one does have there was only one person that has won King of the Ring twice. Oh no, there's been a few people that won King of the Ring twice. One being Bret Hart, and there was another one that actually won King of the Ring twice. Who was the other wrestler besides Bret Hart that has won two King of the Rings? See if you guys know that. Yeah. I don't know. All right. Sorry about that, folks. But yeah, I have to get going. I'll see you Sunday because I have work next Saturday. Oh, okay. Well, I guess then, well, it looks like we reached about an hour moment, so I probably gotta get going too. So, thanks again, Pez, for being part of this live stream, and thanks again, Iram. I say check out Pez's channel. He does belt related videos on his channel. Shoutouts to Brother Kane. He does wrestling related videos as well, mostly on the video game stuff. Shoutouts to Dex. He does live streams on his channel, most of all the music. But he has another channel called Wrestle Chat Talk. And shouts to my good old buddy Steven Hammer, belt related videos on his channel as well. Again, guys, thank you so much. It looks like we got about 4 or 5 likes right now. And thank you all so much for being a part of this live stream, especially for as long as I've been around. If you're new to my channel, check it out. I've over around 700 some videos, uh, all belt related, wrestling related, and stuff like that. Like, share, and if you haven't, please subscribe. Let's try to get those 6 other subscribers so I could get to 900 and we can celebrate it by giving away a homemade belt made by yours truly from one of you lucky fans that will win the belt giveaway. And I know because once I reach 1,000, I want to do something real special and give away that WCW television title on the floor right there. I'm going to give that one away once I reach 1,000. But anyway, I'm going to end it right here. So, again, like, share, and subscribe. And make sure you ring that notification bell to start the matches so you'll be notified from when I do live streams and videos and be up to par with me. As well, follow me on my social media, like on X at DMTombstone96, and as well on Instagram at Amy96, where I may post up there, but I post stuff here on YouTube. I am DM Tombstone Belts, and for DM Tombstone Live, signing off. See you guys next week, hopefully. Have a good day, everybody.